All right, guys, here's how my one-on-one online coaching program works. We're going to preview the detailed step-by-step process that enabled me to go from 88 pounds, very tiny, to 175 pounds solid muscle without spending numerous hours in the gym. I did all this while also eventually healing my gut, increasing my daily energy levels, and overall improving my mental health as well as my physical health, since they are both very important. A little background on me: I'm Eric. I currently wrestle Division One for Hofstra University, which is located in New York. I wasn't always a wrestler. I only started wrestling my freshman year of high school. I was originally playing soccer, and one of the coaches came up to me, said I should wrestle. And then in the first day of school, I was in the cafeteria. The head wrestling coach came up to me, said, "You should wrestle." Totally random, no reason whatsoever specifically. And I was like, sure, why not? And now, a few years later, here I am wrestling Division One after just starting out in high school. So that's a little background on me. Now, let's go over basically how this program works. Okay, so let's start out with, who is this program for? This program is specifically designed for anybody who wants to make serious changes to their health and improve their quality of life. Weight loss, weight gain, lean muscle building, feeling better, gaining more clarity, you name it, I'll help you achieve your goals. We look at the big picture here, not just one specific area. We are only looking for people who are willing to make the required commitments and dedication it takes to excel with this program. You need discipline, a work ethic, learner's mindset, and a vision of what you want to look like and feel like from this program. You can't just half-ass this. You can't just be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Can't just go through the motions with this. You need to be fully locked in and dedicated. This program is catered to everyone's specific needs, schedule, and financial status. So whatever deficit you're kind of facing in your life, whether it's money, physicality, maybe you have a very, very busy schedule, you work a lot or something, don't worry about that. We'll take care of it for you. This is what this program is for. It's to work around everyone's specific needs and schedule. So who is this program not for? This program is definitely not for anybody who's looking to get a quick fix without actually putting in any real effort. This isn't going to take a week. It's definitely not going to take 2 weeks. It's not going to take a month. Probably not going to take 2 months. It's going to take several months of dedication and lifestyle changes. You will start to notice benefits and changes after a few weeks, especially if you're completely not locked in. You're eating fast food every day and you're not taking your sleep seriously, getting 4 hours of sleep a night. You never train hard at all. You're going to notice changes fast. But in terms of very good long-term results and actually accomplishing your goals, it's going to take several months at least. So this is a constant, program. We go month by month, week by week, day by day. This isn't a quick fix. If you're not ready to make a change and actually commit to the program, then this is not for you. Only looking for consistency and dedication here. If you aren't willing to actually change your lifestyle and habits in order to actually improve your life, this is also definitely not for you. So, the point of this is not to just give you the tips and then you kind of have it in the back of your head and you think about it and then maybe one day you do them and then the next week you don't. No, you need to be, whatever advice and guidance that is given to you by myself, you need to be applying that to your everyday life. If you don't believe that you can actually achieve results and accomplish the goals that you set for yourself, then this is not going to be for you, because you need to believe that you can achieve them. You need to understand that it is definitely possible. It's not easy, but it's simple. The formula is pretty simple. So this is who this program is not for. So if any of these apply to you, don't even bother signing up or booking a call. So this was me before, pretty long time ago. Very skinny, weak, insecure, constantly tired and lethargic. Just overall unsatisfied with my quality of life. I didn't like being small. It's not like I got bullied or anything, but I was just very insecure about it. Um, my physicality was very low. My first ever bench press was like 60 pounds. I was like, it was super demoralizing. I could barely bench the bar for like reps. And so I knew immediately after my first year of wrestling in high school, that freshman year, I needed to get stronger, lift weights, and make some good lifestyle changes and start to get serious for my goals. So this is me now. Since then, I've put on 90 plus pounds of muscle, feeling fantastic and performing at my highest ability. Which obviously, you see the jump from JV high school wrestling to now Division I college wrestling. So I'm performing way better. Obviously, I got enabled myself to get a lot better at my sport as well as physically. And now I have a ton of confidence, right? I, can walk around confidently knowing that I put in hard work all the time, every day, in and out. And yeah, I've made a tremendous amount of progress simply from adopting lifestyle changes. Okay, so let's talk about some of the lies you've been told about when it comes to food. Here is the truth about what you eat and what you've been lied to. So we need to address this right away because this is a big part of the program. You've definitely heard before that red meat or even eggs are bad for your health because they're too high in cholesterol and they'll cause cancer later on. This is just flat out wrong. So if you believe this or you've heard this, don't believe it. And we'll get into why it's wrong in a second. So it is because of a result of some false correlations that have came with a bunch of cherry-picked data that formed very misleading studies. So basically what happened with the whole red meat is bad for you nonsense is they conducted survey-based studies. They surveyed a bunch of individuals, particularly unhealthy individuals, right? That goes back to the whole cherry-picked aspect where they pretty much purposely chose individuals that obviously were not crushing grass-fed steaks, eating grass-fed steaks, and working out consistently and getting a lot of sleep and sunlight and all their vitamins and minerals. They were interviewing and surveying people that went to McDonald's, right? Because red meat, right? Red meat doesn't have to be grass-fed ground beef and grass-fed steaks. It could be McDonald's burgers. It could be Wendy's burgers. It could be processed deli meat. So red meat is there's a very large scope to what can be considered red meat, obviously. And so they surveyed people and they didn't ask if they were eating high quality red meat. They were asking them if they just eat meat. And these people would say yes. And these people were typically McDonald's eaters, right? Never working out, obese, out of shape. And yeah, they came to the conclusion that these people either obviously they had problems or they came to the conclusion that most of these people developed long-term problems. And that's where they came to the conclusion that red meat is supposedly bad for you. So you see the false correlation there. Was it really the red meat that is causing these issues, or was it the completely unhealthy lifestyle these people were living, eating fast food, never working out, in really bad shape, and not getting their sleep and all that, that was causing all these issues, like heart disease and diabetes and clogged arteries and all that, heart attacks, cancer. So that's how they came to those conclusions about red meat. So I just wanted to clear that up so that no one in here thinks that red meat's bad for you. As you can see, I have a study right here linked that kind of debunks these studies. This is the article right here, Unprocessed Red Meat, Processed Meat Consumption. And it kind of basically debunks a lot of those survey-based studies and research that has been done to quote unquote prove that red meat is bad for you. There's also studies showing the opposite, right? Not just studies necessarily directly debunking these survey-based experiments, but there's studies proving that red meat actually has no inflammatory markers and it's actually very good for you. So we have a randomized meta-analysis study, which is one of the best studies to look at when it comes to nutrition and scientific information. So you can kind of take a look at that. Have this on obesity. This is from, I believe, Harvard. And so basically a lot of these companies, big corporations and companies, and sometimes even the government funds a lot of these anti-red meat studies because obviously there's money involved, right? They get to sell their processed grains and processed sugars and seed oils and market them as heart healthy. And I'm sure you've seen cereal boxes, right? They say heart healthy on the box. It's crazy. What is heart healthy about refined grains and processed sugar and inflammatory seed oils? Nothing. So don't fall for that. Red meat and eggs is good for you. And later on in this video, you'll see why I'm showing you this now. Here is exactly how we are going to fix your problems. So in case you didn't know me, here's a brief backstory about how I got here. So in about 6 months' time, I'd say the main period of growth for me was in that 2020, basically March to about August, September, that kind of 6 month period. I went from being super skinny and super jacked. Super skinny and kind of skinny fat to looking absolutely jacked. I lifted a lot and I ate a lot, and I made sure to get a little bit more sleep. I didn't take my sleep health as seriously, but then in 2 months' time, so kind of fast forward about a year or two later, when I actually started taking multiple aspects of my health seriously, in about 2 months time period, I went from having a ton of inflammation and constantly feeling lethargic and lazy to actually feeling better, healing my gut, increasing my daily energy levels, and improving my mental health as well as my physical health. And you can absolutely do this too. Here's how. Here's a little overview about how the program works. These are the main areas that we will cover. As you can see, we got nutrition, sleep, workout routine, toxin removal, additional biohacks and bonus tips. This all comes after an assessment. So the assessment, this is the step one. It's going to be the first call. So it'll be a full assessment of where you currently are in life, your health status, schedule load, financial state, and some other important numbers. This is going to help me get to know you and understand your current situation. You'll be able to express your thoughts and feelings for your current situation and communicate what your specific goals and desires are, since everyone wants something a little bit different. What numbers you want to achieve, how you want to feel and look. So maybe if you have a target weight in mind, if you're on a cut or you're on a bulk, or you're kind of just trying to maintain, right? Maybe you want to increase your lifting numbers or hit your protein. You want to know how much protein you need or how many calories you need in a day. Or if you're an athlete, you have some specific competition goals, right? If you're a wrestler like myself, you want to take a certain place at a tournament. You want to have X amount of wins in a season. What achieving this will do for you and how it will impact your life. So before you even join this program, you need to ask yourself, why do you want to do this? And what will this do for you? What will this do for your family and your friends and your peers when they see you completely transformed and changed, see you in the best version of yourself, health-wise, externally as well? You're going to look amazing. You're going to feel amazing. So after the assessment, we get into nutrition. That is the first area that we cover. This comes before all the fancy stuff. This stuff is very simple to change. So, if your diet sucks, you're fighting an uphill battle. You're never going to get healthy if your diet sucks. You can't just out-train a bad diet. You can't just out-sleep a bad diet, right? Your diet that I'll have you follow is mostly an animal-based / whole foods diet. More specifically, mostly a whole foods diet. Probably only animal-based for guys that are seriously need some help and are in a crazy deficit. But if you're not as much of a mess, probably have you with a standard whole foods diet. If not, you start with animal-based and you start incorporating new foods as you go. So yeah, this will consist of little to no processed junk food. In fact, I won't have you eating any processed junk food. There might be some processed foods, but those usually come in the form of healthy, clean ingredient snacks. So that's that. And then, the first step to getting your health back is simply healing your gut. Your gut controls so many things in your body. It controls how you feel, what you look like on the outside, your hormone function, how fast you build muscle or lose weight. Definitely plays a huge role in everything health and fitness wise. In this program, you will only be consuming nutrient-dense sources of protein that will not only help you build muscle, but also improve your gut health. So most of these protein sources include a lot of red meat and eggs. So I'm going to be having you eat a lot of that every day. Grass-fed beef organs such as liver. You can obviously take that in supplement form as well if you don't like the taste, because most people don't. These are some of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. Going to get you pretty much all your vitamins and minerals except for vitamin C. Superfoods like eggs are also proven to be fantastic for you, and it is proven in this extensive scientific study right here. This is another meta-analysis study that you can look through. Carbohydrates, sugar, and healthy fats. And going back to protein, you're not limited to just red meat and eggs, right? You're going to be eating wild-caught fish, pasture-raised chicken, high quality grass fed dairy sources like milk, cheese, Greek yogurt, stuff like that. So now we get into carbs, right? I'm not going to have you on a carnivore diet. I'm not a fan of carnivore diet. I don't think it's good. I think in the short term it could be a good reset, but in the long term, it's not very sustainable for most people, especially if you're an athlete. Definitely not going to have you do that. You're going to be eating a good amount of carbs, but from natural sources. So let's get into it. So how the animal-based / whole food diet differs from the carnivore diet is that there's a large variety of delicious carbohydrate food options. I'm not going to be starving you. These options include, but are not limited to, fruit, veggies, raw honey, maple syrup, real pure maple syrup, sweet potatoes, butternut squash, white rice, and even sourdough bread, which is the least inflammatory bread that you can possibly eat. It's got the lowest content of gluten, and most brands have pretty clean ingredients. These carb sources are not only non-inflammatory, but they're also very nutrient dense, so they trigger a very different bodily response than processed carbs would. You can get away with consuming sugar and being healthy on this diet as long as it's coming from natural sugar sources like fruit, raw honey, maple syrup, as we just discussed. This is because, like I said, these sugars are natural and they also contain compounds such as fiber, probiotics, prebiotics, enzymes, and other nutrients that are super beneficial to your health, your gut, your body, and your body's digestion and absorption of them, right? So, for instance, like, dates, for example, I love to eat dates. A lot of people think dates are just sugar. They have fiber, antioxidants. Um, they also have a lot of potassium. So these sugars, these natural sugars, come with benefits. They're not just sugar. Eating a piece of fruit is nowhere near the same thing as eating an Oreo, not even close. As we discussed earlier, fats are not evil and are actually an important part of your nutrition. So as long as they're from good sources, they're fair game. The following fats that I'll have you cook your food with include grass-fed beef tallow, grass-fed butter, grass-fed ghee, which is clarified butter, extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil. The last three you want to be careful with because sometimes, or especially the extra virgin olive oil and the avocado oil, because sometimes companies cut those with seed oils and you don't want to be eating those. So I'm going to always give you the highest quality versions of these. Make sure you're getting the right ones and they don't have any unnecessary ingredients in them. These fats are not only non-inflammatory, but some of them, such as butter and tallow, actually have some vitamins and minerals too that contribute to, and other nutrients that contribute to healthy hormone production. Okay, now we get into the next section that we would cover, which is sleep optimization. Sleep is by far the most important aspect of human health. If you don't have your sleep in check, if you're not dialing in with your sleep, you're screwed. If you're getting like 5-6 hours a night and you're not recovering your body and kind of reducing that cortisol overnight, because that's what sleep does. When you don't get sleep, your cortisol can be chronically high, and that could be a very big issue physically, so as well as psychologically. So sleep is very important. This now we transition into a little bit more of the fancy stuff, more specific things here. So I'll introduce you to circadian rhythm and how to set and protect yours every day. That's basically your body's internal clock. It's how your body knows when to wake up and go to sleep. So I'll give you a good sleep supplement stack to help maximize your sleep, obviously. The do's and don'ts for your evening and nighttime routine. Overall, kind of just how to fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer all night, and actually wake up refreshed and energized and not groggy. You'll be ready to crush your day. You won't be all drowsy and all that. So you're going to get higher quality sleep. So you're going to wake up and feel way better. A lot of you don't have insomnia like you think. You just don't understand sleep science, and that's what I'm here to help you with. So, I'll help you out in terms of your hourly schedule during the day to improve your sleep, and it starts in the morning. In the morning, what you do in the morning does impact how you sleep later that night, and that's what I will explain in this program and how you can actually utilize some of those morning hacks to improve your sleep quality. So yeah, we'll dial in your circadian rhythm. But yeah, the main thing you want to do each morning to improve your circadian rhythm, get it back in check, and actually be able to fall asleep by a decent hour at night without issue is immediate sunlight in the morning, 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight. So you're not staring directly into the sun, but you're facing the direction of it, and that sets your circadian rhythm. As humans, we have evolved with the sun, and that's our internal clock. That's what allows our brain to signal to our body later in the evening to start producing melatonin so that we can actually fall asleep. So the next area that we'll cover is workout routine. So once your nutritional needs and sleep routine is assessed, we can now discuss how to transform your body with physical training. I'll provide you with a workout plan that will require you to go to the gym or work out from home if you don't have a gym membership or don't want one, at least 3 to 5 days per week. Typically with some of my clients, do like 3 to 4 lifts per week, 2 cardio sessions built in, active recovery days and complete recovery days where you're just resting, you're not doing really any physical activity so that your body can recover. Specific exercises for muscle growth, strength, injury prevention. I need you to communicate with me any current past injuries or lingering pains or restrictions physically that you might have, so that I don't obviously make you do things that you can't physically do, or exercises that hurt. I don't want to hurt you here. I'm not trying to run you through the ground and grind you out. I'm trying to obviously get you stronger, get you more athletic, help you move better, and build some muscle without the expense of hurting anything. These workouts will be designed to be relatively quick. You don't have to spend, like as we discussed earlier, you don't have to spend countless hours a week in the gym. Um, Anywhere from like 30 to 60 minutes per session. Typically, if you're hitting like a detailed lift, a bunch of good exercises, it'll take like about an hour. But some of these workouts will be like 30 minutes, 30 to 60 minutes, maybe even less if they're like a cardio session. And this will enable you to actually build muscle and get in shape within your schedule. So you're not going to have to worry about, oh, I got to work for 8 hours and oh, I got to go to the gym now for 2-3 hours. No, you don't need to go to the gym for 2 or 3 hours. You can go to the gym for 30 to 60 minutes. So we'll cover workout routine. Now we get into the really specific, more complicated, complex stuff. This is the next area that we'll cover, which is toxin removal. Very super underrated way to overall improve your health and your hormone function. This is very crucial for your endocrine system, which produces your hormones. I'm going to teach you how to detoxify your environment, such as your home environment, your bedroom. Going to be getting rid of everyday hygiene and house care products that contain toxic endocrine disrupting ingredients, such as like parabens, phthalates, artificial fragrances, artificial food dyes, alcohols, these synthetic chemicals. This is going to improve your hormone health and help you have higher testosterone levels. That's the main thing with this. So I'll be giving you, obviously, all the natural swaps. I'm not just going to strip you of your hygiene and house care products and just be like, oh, just thug it out, right? I'm going to actually give you the natural swaps and the locations to get them in, or where online you have to order them. So this also includes the water in your house. If you're drinking and showering in tap water, that's a big issue. I'm going to help you dialed in. So water you shower in, you drink, you clean with. I'm going to make sure you have high quality filtered water. And I'm going to show you how to access that and set it up. You can have really good hygiene, smell good, look good, and effectively keep your house clean without any of these traditional poison-filled, toxic, big brand products. You don't need any of these on this screen right here to actually keep good hygiene and keep your house clean. Okay, so the last section would be bonus tips. So this includes any lifestyle or routine hacks that you can use to improve your health. Basically anything we don't cover in those other 4 main topics can be covered after. This is kind of like the extra stuff. It's beneficial, but it's not as urgent. Maybe some specific supplements, activities, or other daily protocols. An example of this would be grounding, which is you get your bare feet to the earth, something you can do to further heal your body, reduce inflammation, reduce chronic stress. We'll talk about stress management, stuff like meditation, breathing, cell phone usage, avoiding EMFs, relationships, whether that's with family, friends, or anyone else, how you can kind of manage that in a healthy way. extra small things that should be included in your lifestyle routine. These obviously can have different impact and usefulness depending on the person and what their specific needs are. Okay, quick recap. So, you got to ask yourself, are you ready to make a change? With a cleaned up diet, a dialed in sleep routine, which gets you 8 to 9 hours of high quality deep sleep per night, a consistent workout schedule, a dialed in home living environment, and a winner's mindset, you cannot possibly fail to achieve your health and fitness goals. You're not going to fail if you stick to this. If you're consistent, all you need is the dedication and discipline. If you have that and you do this stuff day in and day out with very little breaks, very little cheat days, you can't fail over a course of time, over a few months. You can't fail. My personal case and thousands of others are proof that this is the optimal way of living. You'll lose or gain weight faster, whatever you're aiming for. You'll feel better. Your energy levels are going to be boosted. Your testosterone is going to be boosted. You're going to move a lot better, and you're going to notice that. And overall, just become the best, most confident version of yourself. You're actually going to feel good about yourself when you're in public in front of other people. This could make the difference between whether or not you're comfortable walking outside without a shirt on or not, or going to the beach without a shirt on or not. You will actually gain more respect from your family, friends, and peers once you have fully transformed yourself. You're jacked, you look good, you feel good, you're confident, you move a lot of weight, lift heavy weights, you're athletic, and overall you're a healthy human being. You're a healthy, respectable human being who looks like they actually take care of themselves and take action towards things that are important. Your success in life will just keep spiraling upwards once you have your health dialed in. Health should come before everything. Without your health, you're nothing, right? You can make all the money you want, but eventually you're going to be in the emergency room if you don't take care of your health. So just keep that in mind. So if you want to lose or gain weight or just simply develop healthier lifestyle routines to help you feel better on a daily basis that you can actually stick to and sustain over a long period of time, book a call with me down below and we'll see if you're a good fit to work with us. Here is my Calendly link right here. So it's going to have a few qualification questions and you can obviously book a day and time to speak with me. And then also here is my socials, my Instagram that you can follow, as well as my TikTok. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. And if you're ready to start, click on that Calendly link to book a call, or you can DM me the word health on Instagram. That is the word health. DM me that on Instagram, or obviously you book the Calendly link. And yeah, excited to get started with you guys and help you along your journeys and help you become the best versions of yourself.